I'm Eric Loy, and welcome to Loy Interviews. On this podcast, we talk with folks from the VTuber community on their channels, their talents, their stories, where they come from, and their plans for the future. We've got HashBrown here. Hi.
Hello, I'm HashBrown.
Hey, introduce yourself to everybody, please.
Hi, I'm HashBrown Friend. I am the world's first and foremost and most popular HashBrown VTuber. I'm number one by default.
That's the best way to be.
Yeah. So until another one shows up and takes my place, I guess.
Yeah, that's been the thing now, isn't it? I don't think the silhouette's going to match up with anybody right now, so you'll be in good shape for a while.
The
when did you
black
get started?
rectangle.
Yeah. When did you get started on the VTubing?
The VTubing, I only really got into it maybe, I think it was August of last year.
Mm-hmm.
Then I got affiliate in mid-October.
That didn't take
ever
long.
since then.
Yeah, you hit that pretty quick. So was it a smooth start for you?
Well, in the beginning, I was streaming from a PS4, so like I didn't have really like any like overlays or models or anything, and it's pretty bare bones. And then finally, after saving for a good while, I finally got my first ever PC, and from there, I didn't have a face at first. I was just a blank HashBrown, and then a friend of mine, Ginko Kanamori, created a bunch of faces for me, like the one I always use.
You leveled up.
Yeah.
Acquired face. I didn't even know you could stream off a PS.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Well, I mean, you got started. Now you're on a roll right now. What made you decide to do it in the first place?
Just like growing up, I was always just kind of like a big anime fan. Like I like that sort of stuff, and then I'm big on like watching YouTube videos too. And like one YouTuber that I watched is like this. She's like, I guess the first VTuber. I don't know if she's considered. I guess it's called like Kizuna AI or something like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's fun. Like I watched a couple of her videos, didn't really think about it, and then I was never really super into Twitch until like the past couple of years, and I started watching like a streamer, and then I was like, oh yeah, VTubing is like a thing, and like so I just searched up VTube or VTuber, and just the huge list of people that came up, and I was like, holy crap, all right. And I just kind of started watching, and then eventually I became friends with a bunch, and I was like, I could do this too.
Well, it certainly is. It certainly is like turning on a television and having about 1 million channels to choose from.
Yeah, definitely.
You definitely, if you don't find somebody that you can watch on the Twitch or YouTube or wherever people are streaming, then you're a pretty grumpy person all the way around. So you'll find somebody that'll catch your eye and catch your ear. Have you been a person who's wanted to be an entertainer?
Yeah, I think like I'm part of that generation that kind of grew up like watching like YouTube videos like Smosh and that kind of thing, that like it kind of got ingrained like, oh, I want to do that too, It's like, and then when people started making money doing it, that was like even more. I mean, money's not like a huge thing, to me, but like it's like it became like a real job, at that point.
Yeah, but still enjoyable.
Oh yeah. I do this for fun, not for like any monetary gain,
Yeah, I imagine that certain VTubers get to the point where they get a little more known and have a bit of a following, and then they have to make a decision: am I going to do this and try to make some money off of it, or am I going to still just try to have fun with it? Have you kind of hit that crossroad yet?
I've gotten to the point where I'm making a little cash on the side doing it, but I'm not these these millionaires. But I don't know. I think if I ever get to that point, and I don't even know what I'd do with myself if I did, I think I would still try to keep a regular job, because like this streaming thing, as fun as it is, and it's not like it's gonna last forever, and unless you're smart with your money while you get it. investing and keeping savings and all that good stuff. I just don't think it's viable forever.
Yeah. Well, that's what they said about radio, and they were right. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
No, I'm not bitter about it or anything. Just every night when I go to sleep. The What you're doing right now, you're not only gaming, but you've also come up with your own talk show. Now, when did you decide to
Yep.
do that? When did the griddle come to mind?
Basically, I don't know. I love like listening to podcasts,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like I just listen like when I'm out and about and walking around. I always have a headphone in my ear, and I'm either listening to a podcast or I'm listening to an audiobook. And I don't know. I just got the thing where I'm like, I like podcasts. I should make my own and just invite friends on and
Yeah,
just talk about whatever under the sun.
yeah, yeah. It is. It is fun to do a. It's not so much an interview as a discussion, and you
Hmm.
just kind of chat and bring people along for the ride. And if you do it, if you can break down from the formality of it all to start with, then you
Hmm.
can really get down to having some interesting talks with
Oh yeah,
people.
definitely.
And that's I'm glad to see that folks such as yourself are kind of picking up the torch a little bit and doing these things, because
Hmm.
everybody's got different angles to do it. You've got a completely different angle than certainly I do, or somebody else doing it, and different people to talk to.
Hmm.
Um, Certainly from your pod. What are the types of podcasts do you listen to?
I listen pretty much like podcasts from like comedians, like I like a lot of them, or like history podcasts, like where I can learn something,
Mm,
or a lot of it's like the big ones I listen to, like former like Rooster Teeth, like they recently shut down, but I listened to like a lot of their podcasts. Like they had a can I cuss? Can I cuss on this?
you certainly
Is that
can.
okay?
Yes, we are.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah.
So like there was this podcast called the Fuckface Podcast, and
Mm,
there was Face Jam Podcast. Like I listened to them, but Rooster Teeth shut down. So, but they rebranded.
right.
So uh, now it's called the Regulation Podcast and 100% Eat. Those podcasts rebranded, and I listen to those a lot.
Yeah.
They're very fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I listen to just like a plethora of just like history podcasts,
That's cool. Yeah,
stuff like that.
I had a young person a little while ago who's a big history fan, and
Hmm,
she plans to incorporate that into her VTubing. And
that's cool.
I see a lot of people doing a lot of different things with it now. Not just gamers and folks who are kind of doing their own talk thing, but
Hmm.
artists and singers
Oh yeah,
and I've talked to folks who are doing classes online for different types of things.
really.
It really is so many things that you can do, and
Oh,
and it's great to see that people are getting this opportunity now that you certainly wouldn't have gotten 20 years ago.
hmm.
I, it's good to see. Now,
Oh
what
yeah,
types of
definitely.
games have you been playing lately?
I usually just play a variety of things. The main things that have been on my schedule for the past couple of weeks has been I've been playing L.A. Noir, which is like a detective
Hmm.
kind of like 1950s detective game, and then the other one I've been playing is oh gosh, I'm blanking. Oh, what have I been playing?
The spotlight's on
Uh,
you.
yeah. Oh man, why am I blanking right now? Oh, Fallout New Vegas. Jeez,
Oh,
gosh,
oh
I don't know
yeah,
why. I don't
yeah,
know why I forgot that, but yeah, I watched the show on Amazon Prime, and that was like that gave me a hankering. I wanted to play a Fallout game, so
yeah. Did you play that one before, or is it new to you?
oh no, I've played it many times before.
Yeah.
I think it came out in what 2008 or 2008 2010 I believe is
Yeah.
the range,
Yep, I
and
played it. I
ever
played it
since
quite a bit. Yeah. I
it first came out, I played it a lot. So
Okay. And there's one. I got to ask you about this. So you
mhm.
played it a lot. You played the DLCs to it, right? Most of them, or all of them.
uh, actually, I've never played the DLCs for New Vegas.
You have not.
This
Okay.
Yeah, this is my first time playing through those at least.
Okay. So
But base game.
I won't spoil it for you because I was going to ask about one of them, but
Hmm.
I say maybe later I'll catch you and ask you about it. But the the
Okay.
uh, um, the replayability of that particular game has really um, helped it spike again with this series, and people have gone
Oh, yeah.
right to New Vegas, it seems, before anything else.
Hmm.
But
Yeah, I
what?
think like a lot of people think it's like the best one, and I would agree with it. I think New Vegas at least is my favorite
Yeah,
too.
there's just so many different things to do.
Hmm.
And when you get a chance, I'll say this: once you get the DLCs in there, you will enjoy
Hmm.
yourself even further. There isn't any doubt about that.
Hmm.
It's the story itself runs so well, um, and I just got a chance to play it last year, and I played it 1,000 times and cheated my way
Nice.
through it a bunch of times that and to find my way through. Um, I'm looking forward to eventually having a computer where I could play four,
Oh, nice.
but we'll see whether that happens in the future. Whether Mrs. Interviews decides to gift me something like that for Christmas.
I say
What?
yeah, four's very fun.
Yeah, it is. It looks fun anyway. And have you played three?
Yes.
Yeah, I enjoyed that one too. And
Hmm.
maybe not quite as much as New Vegas, but anytime I can shoot plasma rifles at people, I'm pretty much fine with it. Uh, the what other games are you looking forward to streaming online?
Oh man, I like a lot of like horror type games.
Hmm.
Even though I'm not so great with them. Oh, there goes my cat in the distance meowing. I don't know if you can hear that, but
Oh yeah. Hello, cat.
yeah, yeah. That's my old man Max. He likes to yell before he drinks water.
Yeah. So does this old man, Max. You just tell him.
but yeah, I've been looking to play like a lot of like just in general. Like I want to play more horror games, even though like I'm the type of person that freaks out at them. But like they're fun. It's like a fun kind of thrill.
Hmm.
You know, I'm
Yeah.
a big horror fan.
Yeah. You like to do it with other people, other collaborators?
Yeah, whenever I get the opportunity, yeah, I love to play with other people.
Hmm. Have you been able to
Mm.
to get a pretty good posse of people you can rely on?
Yeah, I mean, I have like a list of people that I can usually like if I ask them, they'd be down at some point to play.
Just keep haranguing them, and sooner or later they'll answer the phone.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Is there a game on your shelf right now that you haven't got to yet that you really want to get online?
Hmm. Let me see. That's funny. I have my Steam library open right now. Let's see. At the moment, not really. I played pretty much through everything that. Oh, excuse me. That I have. Oh, maybe there's a game called Hi-Fi Rush. It's very like stylized and like very like anime inspired, but very
Mm.
like it's like or and very like it gives me Scott Pilgrim vibes.
Mm.
Uh, I played it a little bit for stream, and I just what's it called? I haven't continued it yet,
Yeah.
but like I'm very like early into it, and I'd love to continue that.
Yeah. Would you continue, or would you have to start over at this point?
I think I could continue. It hasn't been too long. It's maybe been like a month since
Mm.
I've played it,
Yeah.
but yeah, I think
Yeah.
it'd be fine.
Jump right in. With your audience, have you developed yourself a pretty good base, and folks who are coming back time and again?
Oh yeah, yeah. I have. It's funny. I have people that come specifically when I play games, and then there's people that specifically come only when I do podcast, and then occasionally I do like book readings on stream.
Yeah.
I've been reading through like the Cthulhu Mythos series.
Neat.
Like it's just like a collection of all the Cthulhu books by H.P. Lovecraft.
Yeah.
And like yeah, there's people that come specifically just for that. It's just like a funny like oh like I hey good to see you, you know, like I know you only come for this, but what's up?
Hey, you're a multi entertainer. That's what it is. But you've got a tremendous voice for it. I mean, really, it it,
Oh,
it does
thank
it
you.
it certainly does lean to that, or I should say, play into that extremely well.
Hmm.
Have you thought of any other things you'd like to try? Any of the different types of streaming?
uh I'm willing to try anything at least once at least. Anything that isn't really showing my face. Like I've done like hand cam stuff where I'm like building Legos. I've done an iteration of the Lego building where I put the you know like the tens units so you can buy like the little electric shock
Oh yeah.
that stimulate your muscles. I
Yes.
put those on my hands, and then I try to build Legos with them. That was that was a that was a time, and I also did that where I played the game Fall Guys. If
Oh
you're
yeah. You did
familiar with that,
with the tens unit?
yeah, I played that,
Oh
and
my
that was
gosh.
very hard.
Oh no. Yeah, well, try Fallout with it. See how far you get.
Oh boy, yeah, that could be a thing. What if it's like I get like hit with like a laser rifle or something, and it sets off the tens unit?
Oh my gosh. Uh, I can tell you that I've had it. The wife and I have one of those, and
Mhm.
and I have it set on like 1,000.
Oh boy.
It's like just jumping around the living room. Like this is the only way it
Mhm.
works at this point. But the that type of thing is always fun. And I think you're the only person I remember doing it that way. I see some folks doing the old shock collar thing, but not tens unit.
Mm.
the the
Yeah.
the being back to the interview podcast that you're doing.
Mhm.
Is there anybody that you kind of patterned it after, or is it just you decided you were just going to come on as yourself and talk to these folks?
Oh yeah, that's pretty much. I mean, the only person I could be is me, so
Mm-hmm.
I figured I might as well just do it my own way.
Mm-hmm.
And like but I think I just did episode 11 of it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a learning process every episode. Learning to keep the conversation going with people
Mm-hmm.
and coming up with new and interesting questions I can possibly ask in the moment, that sort of
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
But it's been fun.
Yeah. It's good to be able and I listened to a lot of over the years. I've been doing this for almost 40 years now. I mean,
Hmm.
a long, long time. And I've listened to a lot of people try to do interviews and talk shows and types of things. And if you don't listen to what the guest is saying, you
Hmm.
miss out on so much.
Oh yeah.
Follow-up questions are better than anything you ever write down, and it keeps the conversation going, and it keeps the listeners involved. Um,
Hmm.
I always thought that if the host isn't interested in what's going on, the the guest isn't going to be interested, and the listeners aren't going to be interested either.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely.
and that really does play into it. Are you planning to do some other things with that particular talk show? Interview, have a few people in on it once. Do some
Oh yeah.
some variety entertainment on it.
Yeah, I've done a couple where yeah, if like my first episode I had two people on
Mm-hmm.
at the same time, and like at first I was thinking that maybe I would do each episode maybe like kind of themed, but
Mm-hmm.
after episode 2 I was just kind of like, whatever, I'm just gonna have my whatever. But like first, like I had artists
Yeah.
like on, so like I talked to my friend, they go by Papa T Ram,
Mm-hmm.
and another friend, Dummy Worm,
Mm-hmm.
who more like Dummy Worm is a jack of all trades woman
Mm-hmm.
who they're like in a band, they do like online art, they do all this crazy stuff. So it was cool talking to both of them. And T Ram is more into like digital art, and like he does like very comic inspired stuff. So
Mm.
it's very cool to talk to them.
Now those
Uh,
talented people.
yeah,
Go.
yeah.
Yeah. Though that's cool. I mean, again, with talking to artists, they all have their own ways of doing things too, and the different
Hmm.
backgrounds that people have. When you get a chance to get in a little bit behind the model, so to speak, and hear what they're coming to the background. Um,
Hmm.
were you someone as a youngster who got up on stage and got out in front of people and uh, uh, very easily took to the microphone?
Uh, I would say I would like no, like I have I have social anxiety, so like I
Mm,
have a hard time like talking to people, which is weird because this is like mainly what I do is
hmm.
talk to people.
Yeah.
But part of the reason why I started streaming was like that was like a back thought of like, oh, like I could get better at talking to
Hmm.
people,
Yeah.
and it has definitely helped. And uh that always used to be a thing when I was a kid. Like I'd be terrified of doing like projects or like where I had to like present something
Right.
in front of people.
Yeah.
But as soon as I started presenting, I'd be fine,
Mhm.
but like leading up to that point, I'd be like, "Ugh," freaking out.
Yeah,
Uh,
I understand that completely. I still don't particularly like getting up in front of people, and
mhm.
I've done talked to thousands on the radio at once on occasion,
Oh boy.
but getting up in front of 20 people,
Hmm.
that's no fun.
Get the shakes.
Yeah, I don't want to see what they're reacting. I'd rather just imagine that how they're
Hmm.
reacting. But even so, with what you're doing now, you get a chance
Hmm.
to use the model as a little bit of a shield,
Yeah.
and you still get to be yourself. And maybe is it the fact where you're just a little more comfortable with just that little extra protecting you?
I think so. I just what's it called? Not saying that this this hash brown is me, but it's a funny little, just a little character that people can come and look at and be like, "Oh, that's funny." Like
Yeah,
the I mean, sometimes the novelty wears off pretty quickly with some,
yeah,
but uh but yeah, I mean, it's a good conversation starter at least.
yeah.
The fact that I chose to be this. Uh,
Well, I mean, and even though people can pick all, from what I've seen and over the years, people can pick whatever name, whatever model,
mhm.
whatever, however they want to present themselves. It's still the personality that brings
Oh yeah.
people back, and
Hmm.
that has to, for someone, as you said, as we said, you have social anxiety.
Hmm.
How does it feel knowing that there are people out there who want to know what you're up to and want to hear what you have to say?
I'm still getting used to it, to be honest.
Uh-huh.
I'm I'm not used to, like, I've gotten a couple. I mean, like you're on the internet long enough, you'll get hate messages, of course.
Yeah.
Um, and like I can look at a hate message and be like, "Huh, get a load of this guy." Huh. But as soon as somebody sends me like a message on Twitter, like a paragraph telling me that like they really enjoy what I do and stuff like that, I don't know how to feel. Like I just like, ugh, like thank you, but oh god, it's making me feel weird.
thank,
Um,
thank you. Here's a ring. Let's get married. No, it
like,
really it does. Sometimes it does hit you, and if you're not used to that
oh
sort of
yeah.
feedback, you don't know what to say. First of all,
Mhm.
other than thank you.
Yeah,
uh,
exactly. I mean, that's all you can say. I mean, not to get like too like boo-hoo about it, but like I've never really had the best opinion of myself. So
mm,
like hearing from other people what they think, and it's nice. It
yeah,
is nice, but
yeah.
at the same time, I'm like, I don't know how to react.
Well, at least you haven't got the "what do you want from me" yet.
Yeah, yeah.
That
I ain't got no money.
yeah, the jadedness will come later. Don't worry about that. No, it's good to hear that, and you see that's been able to transfer over to your off stream life, where you're have you been able to be a little more open with folks?
I think so. Like I'm able to more talk to people better. Like I don't want to like instantly end the conversation as soon as someone starts talking to me. Uh, so yeah, I think it's helped out a lot.
Yeah, you don't chase people away immediately.
Yeah. Well,
Run.
I also have one of those. I have one of those faces where people look at me and like I have the male version of resting bitch face. I don't know what to call it, but people come up to me and I get, like the, oh, you should smile more. And I'm like thinking like, huh? Like, oh, I was literally just thinking, hey, what should I make for dinner tonight? Like, I'm
Yes.
not angry. I'm just existing and my base face is just angry. I don't know why.
Well, it's one of the reasons when I went into radio is I had a face for it. So
Mm. Oh.
there's very little. I mean, there exists some stuff of me on YouTube, but I don't know why anybody would want to see it.
Mm.
But this sounds like it really has been a great thing for you. I mean, it's
Oh
kind of
yeah.
made for you, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, overall, it's been a great experience. There, of course, like what I said, you're on the internet long enough, you're gonna have some rocky times with people, but
Right.
overall, it's been great.
Well,
And
I'm
yeah,
really glad that you were able to come on with me, and I hope the best for you, and keep that talk show rolling, and
all right. Well,
keep talking with people, and it The more you do it, the better you're going to get at it, and
Hmm.
you're pretty good at it now. So don't worry about that.
I
Um,
appreciate that.
yeah, and keep entertaining the folks and keep enjoying yourself.
I will.
That's the biggest thing of all. We're going to have the links for what you can hear from HashBrown in the description for this interview
Okay.
on the YouTube channel. Thanks so much for coming on.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for listening to Eric Loy Interviews. Join us again next time when we talk to another member of the always interesting VTuber community.